What is up, everybody? Back with a discography ranking here today, and it's going to be Anthrax. Really good band, part of the Big Four. They're actually the only Big Four band whose albums I haven't ranked yet, so going to do that here today. They are from New York, formed in 1981. A lot of lineup changes throughout the years, but the classic lineup, you've got Joey Belladonna on vocals, Frank Bello on bass, Charlie Benanti on drums, Dan Spitz on lead guitar, and Scott Ian, of course, on rhythm guitar. Some really great albums, and also some albums I don't really care for all too much, but, you know, gonna give my opinion here, my least favorite to my favorite. Here we go. Starting off the list at the bottom is going to have to be Volume 8, The Threat is Real. It came out in 1998, and this one is pretty much universally thought of as their worst album. Pretty boring, forgettable stuff here. There's a few solos on it that are pretty good from Dimebag Darrell on the songs Inside Out and Born Again Idiot, I believe. But besides that, really not a whole lot of standout moments. John Bush is doing the vocals, who is a great singer. He came over from Armored Saint, was on 4 Anthrax albums. This one, though, pretty bad. So, just going to say, least favorite Anthrax album, number 11, Volume 8. Coming in at number 10 is Stomp 442. This one came out in 1995. Pretty much the same type of stuff that was on Volume 8, but slightly better. There's 11 songs on it. The two best are easily King Size and Riding Shotgun. Those both feature Dimebag Darrell on lead guitar. They were pretty good friends, so he was on several of their albums. But again, overall, don't really care for this album too much. Rarely go back to it. It is their first one without Dan Spitz on lead guitar. But yeah, pretty forgettable album in my opinion again. So Stomp 442, number 10. Waking on a bed of nails, dying Winston Freddy cells. Can you hear me when I shout? Next up at number 9 is For All Kings. Came out in 2016, so this is their most recent album. Back when it first came out, you know, a lot of people seemed to love it. We're putting it high on their end of the year lists, but for me, didn't have it in the top 10. I think it is a bit overrated, but there is still some pretty good stuff on here. Defend Avenge, easily my favorite song on the album. That's a really cool one. The Battle Chose Us and probably Evil Twin, my other two favorites on here. And this is their first album to feature current lead guitar player Jonathan Denaeus, I think is how he pronounces his name. But he's a good player, and this album, not terrible by any means, but don't love it as much as some people do. So going to have it at number 9, For All Kings. Coming in at number 8 is We've Come For You All, their 2003 album. This is the last to feature John Bush on vocals. I think it's a massive step up from the previous two that featured John, Stomp 442 and Volume 8. This one, really good production, a bit more thrashy. Some really great songs on here. What Doesn't Die is awesome, Refuse to Be Denied, and probably Black Dahlia, my 3 favorites. But again, there's a couple solos on here from Dimebag Darrell and the song Strap It On and Cadillac Rock Box, which are both really awesome guitar solos. So overall, I think this is a pretty solid album here. We've Come For You All, number 8. Making my time on the line, filthy with the knowledge I'm planting seeds, spreading disease, rip away, tear up the beat. Coming in at number 7 is Worship Music, their 2011 album. This is their first to feature Joey Belladonna in over 20 years. His voice still sounds really good to this day, has definitely held up over the years. This is their last with Rob Caggiano on lead guitar. And, you know, people like to compare this one and their most recent album, For All Kings. Which one's better? I think this one is easily better, more consistent, better songwriting. Just overall, much better album in my opinion. Looking at these songs, some really great stuff on here. Earth on Hell, The Devil You Know is great. I'm Alive, In the End, Fight 'Em Till You Can't. So overall, pretty good, solid album here. Worship Music, number 7. I'll fight the hand that feeds me, and I can give a damn if that hand needs me. Oh, why can't you leave me alone? Coming in at number 6 is Persistence of Time, their 1990 album. So this is from their classic era. Again, pretty consistent album here. A lot of good stuff on it. Looking at the track listing, Hate Red is easily my favorite on the album. Very cool, good song. Blood and Keep It in the Family, probably my other two favorites. I must say, though, the song Got the Time is easily my least favorite. Really do not like that one. Gotta say, I used to watch Metal Mania back when I was in high school. Didn't get to watch Headbangers Ball on MTV like a lot of people watching this channel got to see back in the day. When I was in high school, we had to watch Metal Mania on VH1 Classic late at night to see the cool music videos. Got the Time was one of the main Anthrax songs they would play, and I was just like, dude, what the heck? This song sucks. I know some people might like the song, but for me, don't like it. Overall, though, really good album here. Persistence of Time, number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Fistful of Metal, their debut album from 1984. Good stuff here. It's their only one to feature Neil Turbin on vocals and Dan Lilker on bass. They hadn't really found their sound at this point. It's pretty much just Exciter worship, but still very good. Does sound a lot like Heavy Metal Maniac by Exciter, though. Looking at this track listing, my favorites on it, I would say, are Death Rider, Metal Thrashing Mad, and probably Soldiers of Metal, but a lot of good stuff here. A lot of great, like, blistering fast guitar solos from Dan Spitz. Overall, very good start to their career. Good album here, Fistful of Metal, number 5. Taking the number 4 spot is State of Euphoria, their 1988 album. Really good stuff here, pretty overlooked and disrespected sometimes. Don't think it deserves the hate it gets at all. Looking at this track listing, a lot of good stuff. First 3 songs on the album, all really good. Be All, End All's great. Out of Sight, Out of Mind, and Make Me Laugh. Dan Spitz on guitar, really great tone. Fantastic guitar solos all over this album. He's a pretty overlooked player in my opinion. Who Cares Wins, probably my favorite song on the album. Schism's awesome. Finale, another good one. So overall, consistent, really good album here. State of Euphoria, number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Sound of White Noise. Came out in 1993. It's their first album to feature John Bush on vocals, who is a fantastic singer. Kind of a shame the direction the band went in after this release, but at least we got one really good album from that era. Looking at these songs, Potter's Field, Only, Room for One More, all really good. 1,000 Points of Hate's great. Black Lodge is another really cool one. So overall, just really good, consistent album here. Sound of White Noise, number 3. Taking the number 2 spot is Spreading the Disease, their 1985 album. First with Joey Belladonna on vocals, and first with Frank Bello on bass. Really great stuff here. Classic album. You know, these songs, mostly fantastic. AIR, probably Gung Ho, and Aftershock, my favorites. But everything on here, for the most part, is really great. Fantastic album. Spreading the Disease, number 2. And taking the number 1 spot is Among the Living. Came out in 1987. Fantastic stuff. Has always been my favorite from Anthrax. So many great songs on here. Title track is amazing. Caught in a Mosh, one of their most famous, best songs. I Am the Law is great. Indians, One World has always been my personal favorite Anthrax song. Imitation of Life is a really good, underrated one. Really, all of these songs are fantastic. Great, consistent album. One of the best of all time in thrash metal. But that does wrap up my ranking of Anthrax's albums. As usual, I'd like to know your ranking in the comments. Let me know what you thought. And until next time, thank you for watching.